So, what is your objective at this point? Like,
Just to get out of here.
Okay. Like, yeah, I mean, overall, story-wise.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the age of fire is coming to an end, and then you
Okay.
have to decide whether to succeed the Fire Lord, the Lord of Cinder, and keep the Age of Fire going, or leave the flames snuffed out and start the Age of Darkness. It's one of those things like
It sounds like this. Like I would just be like snuff it out. I'm tired.
yeah. Well, I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil
I mean,
what I do, but
this axe is fucking heavy. I'm gonna just take a nap and whatever happens happens.
it's like, but all you got to do is nope.
Yeah. I mean, all I gotta do is all this shit I've done so far and then more. So
It's like
no.
you've already done it. You just got to light the fire. It's like, well, you have a flint. You have a flint and steel? No, they're banned. Well, you're shit out of luck then.
Yeah, flint and steel. Yeah.
That video, that video just went up, and I tell you what, that is some of the funniest shit ever. That is some of the funniest shit ever on the Minecraft. I mean,
Yeah, I've been waiting for that one. Yeah.
yeah, everyone who was involved with us is saying, you know, when does that one come out? When do we kill the clown? When do we kill the clown? And but the way we dealt with that mod, the poor guy, because I've already.
Yeah, I mean he was right, but
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah, I mean, holy shit, that was funny.
Yeah, that would be us. It's like
You're
just
greasing.
sarcastic. The guy's like, "Hurry, you know, save the world. Just light the fire. Just use some, you know." Oh well, I'd love to, but fire's banned on this server. Just ask Ben. I hope Ben's okay. I don't.
What the fuck here?
He has giant poison spraying dragons. Yeah, I don't want to take my chances with all that purple. Dragon and Drake-like enemies often fight like this. They'll spam the same attack. They fight, and then there are some bosses and larger enemies that they'll vary up their patterns, and that's the difficulty. And then there's others like the kite Drake on this bridge. You'll see he'll just spam the same attack when he just washes flame everywhere. What's that?
I said it seems like you're spamming some.
Well, hey, you know, it's goes around, comes around. But I eventually run out of magic, so I'm like, okay, well, you know, gotta go in there. I started out with a character with gave him just enough intelligence to be able to use basic spells, but my damage with them is really bad.
It's too bad you're not live, so that way I could just like antagonize you. Hey, wait! You did it! You did it! You like ran up and hit him. 'Cause that's what I would have done. I would have been like, run up and hit him, you fucking pussy. Like, what's wrong with you? Just like swing your fucking gigantic axe at his face. And eventually you would have done it, but you already did. You got the same idea. You were like, fuck this.
Well, I don't think I have a choice. I have, like, throwing knives and bombs, but it'll take an eternity, so I'm like, well, you know, if I can just get in there. So what you gotta do is you gotta fake him to one side. While he's breathing on that side, you go over and you hit him on the claw right here.
Ah.
And then I'm like, nope. He's starting to run down the middle. Nope. No, but there's some amazing players at this who go around at level 1 and hold the whole game. Oh, I finally killed that damn thing. There's some amazing players. They go around at level 1. They use the thing that doubles the damage you take. There's people who do naked runs. I saw some guy, he's doing a run where he uses only like a brass knuckle.
Yeah, you know what? And the old standard is like really true. That all that is very cool when you see it. But then, like, you picture the kind of lives these people have, and it's just like really depressing. It's just like, fuck.
I don't know. I mean, you know what?
I mean, like, to be that good, and unless, like, somehow you're just naturally talented at this sort of thing, like, which is possible. It really is. It's just like, I don't know. It seems to me like you'd have to run through this, like, quite a few times before you were able to do, like, a naked half-power run-through in a certain amount of time.
Yeah, well, the game really rewards the learning curve is steep at first, but then it's very rewarding because, like I said, all the damage can be avoided if you can either dodge well, or use the shield well, or parry with a weapon really well, or what have you, or even if your footwork is just right. So now you'll see out there, this guy is an homage to a boss from the prequel to this game. So I don't want to fight this giant phalanx of slimes with spears and shields. Because the way they attack is a bit unpredictable, and I still am new to the game, so I'm like, no way am I going out there.
Yeah, fuck that.
So I start throwing firebombs at him.
Holy shit. That spear is way too close. But good enough strategy.
Yeah.
Give you that.
You know, I guess the most bragging rights I have of something I've ever accomplished in a game, it was Metal Gear Solid 4. And some people will poke fun at Metal Gear because of the bizarre plots that they have and so forth, but I've always found the gameplay to be pretty rewarding. So I was a big fan of the series, and when Metal Gear Solid 4 came out, I just played it chronically, and I got the Big Boss mask. Have you ever played a Metal Gear Solid title?
Yeah, a long time ago. I think they had those for the original PlayStation, right?
Oh, but you haven't played the modern ones?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, I played them way back in the
Okay, well, to get the Big Boss mask, you have to get through it without dying, without healing, without being seen by a camera, by a guard, by anything, and without killing.
Holy shit, yeah.
And I tell you what, there were some parts where I just was like holding my head in my hands saying, why have I taken this upon myself?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, you wanted that fucking trophy, so
yeah.
When you go.
And the almost ironic thing, I want to say, is the reward you get is an item that makes other people go insane.
Mm.
Because, I mean, like, you see the faces of these guys?
Well, we've all done that, because it's worth it. You know, just
yeah,
to
well,
fuck with other people and say, well, I did it.
Can you see the face on that slime? Like,
not
there's like a skeleton or a zombie inside it, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway, they're not really even slimes. They're more just like misshapen, bloated corpses of, like if these people were born in India, they'd probably be worshipped. They're like... but anyway, imagine that face as a mask, and you put it on, and then you run out into the open, and then when people see it, they stop, and then they just start screaming, and then like rolling around on the ground, which is hilarious.
Like you got them down to like 2, and you're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Slap the shit out of you with this giant fucking bam bam weapon. Fucked. And
yeah, the shield really.
Yeah, I know. Enough with the shield. What an asshole to defend himself.
And you see the difference in damage there.
Yeah, I'm gonna slap. Hey, you got a shield out front. Hey, your ass has no shield.
Yeah.
Good for me. And the Klansman with the giant black axe wins again.
Yep.
Which, I still haven't watched that movie, but I want to. The Black Klansman on Netflix I was telling you about. I still haven't watched it. But, I definitely need to watch that.
Sounds like quality entertainment.
Well, my buddy was watching the other day on Netflix. He said the attack of the 50-foot cheerleader. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So the Black Klansman, not quite a stretch.
Yeah. These, you see these orange marks on the ground?
Yep.
You can leave these pre-selected messages from these choices, and you can try to help people or you control them.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be, but you know, have this cliff that falls off into death, and you can say, "Try jumping." And then what's funny is, because you're limited in what you can say, you can't just write anything. You can't just say, you know, nice weather we're having today. It's not. You're locked into a handful of messages. So anyway, so what you'll often find is that you'll read a message, and you won't. I mean, it's nice of the person to try to help you, but they're so cryptically worded that you often don't realize what they're talking about until it's too late. You know, they're like, "Beware of chest," and then you get eaten by a mimic, and you're like, "Oh, right." You know, or yeah. Like, it'll say, "Beware of rolling," and you're like, "Beware of rolling? What do I know?" And then a giant boulder, Indiana Jones style, will just steamroll your ass out of nowhere. And you're like, "Oh right, yeah, hey, here, it's rolling. Beware of it. Got it. It's too late. I'm dead." But thanks. The sentiment was there. So do you think you'll ever give this a try?
I don't know, man. It looks pretty fucking difficult. But, yeah, probably so.
I'm almost to the end. See, the thing is, did you see the giant door that I opened that led back to the bonfire?
Yeah.
That's a major feature of these games in the series. Is they're like, these shortcuts are like checkpoints, you know what I mean? Like, in this level there'll be like 3 different doors you can open to loop back to the beginning, so you don't have to trek through everything every time.
Cool.
And that's one of the small mercies that this game gives the people who play it. Because sometimes the run back to the part where you died is really the brutal part of it. If you could just immediately go to a boss door and try it again, it wouldn't be as painful.
Yeah. What do you like running into a fucking, what's this, like a chapel?
Yeah, it looks like it.
But look at you, that is like the fucking most homoerotic fucking clan robe I've ever seen in my entire life. It's like made out of silk and satin, and you're just like fucking, it looks like you're wearing a burqa. Look like you're wearing a really gay burqa right now.
Well,
actually, you know what? I've never made that connection between the burqa and the clan robe. They look so much alike.
You still haven't seen Django, have you?
No, I still
well, there's
haven't.
this one part, there are all these clansmen gathered out, even though that's completely anachronistic, because the clan didn't form till, like, later, and it was formed with, Union. But anyway,
right,
it's anachronistic the way that develops, because I think the clan started after. But I mean, you could have had a lynch mob before that on horses and torches. I don't see. There's no rule against it, I guess. But anyway, so they all get together, and this guy starts complaining about. This is like the carcass was left of that dragon that I was fighting earlier.
Okay.
So I'm like, you know, can I do anything with it? So anyway, this guy starts complaining about the eye holes in the masks that they're wearing as they're out to lynch Django, and he's like, I can't see shit. And he's like, well, I'm sure Frank's wife worked really hard on these masks. I could be more appreciative.
shit.
And so he's like, okay, fine, I don't mean any offense. I'm just saying I can't see anything with these, so forth and so on. Now, if he had had a fabulous outfit like this, he would have had nothing to complain about.
Yeah, no shit.
So I'm like, okay, well, I guess that's done. So I'm just getting impatient. I just drop down here, and then I realize I'm a genius, even though I later found out that everybody but me already knew about this secret, and that you can do a plunging attack against the legs, and then they stand up, and then you can just go down here. And I'm still checking all my angles. I'm looking back, and there's people facing the other direction, who are like waiting to attack you when you go through the door. But I'm just going here right to the boss fog. Prisoner ahead. Now this is usually a boss fight or a major checkpoint when you come to this.
I love that boss fog.
And there's a giant half-woman, half-dragon with a scythe.
Holy shit, that's a big one. The woman and the scythe.
Yeah. Try life.
Try life. Holy shit.
So, what I do now is I use a orange stone to mark my, like, approval. Like, I bump it, like a post. I'm like, yeah, you know, this. And, changing back into my vanilla armor. I upgraded the sack to +6 for some reason. That's just so stupid in hindsight. I didn't know anything about this game.
Who art thou? One of us thou art not. If thou hast misstepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home.
Subtitles too fast. Cannot read.
Yeah, sorry, the audio's not coming for you. She basically says, "You don't have to fight me," and I'm like, "Okay."
Okay,
Bye.
stab. Yeah. You don't have to fight me. Well, here's a knife into your rib cage.
But if thou wisheth,
this land
you can have it
I fucking hate that. Just
plunge
fuck
down
off.
from the plank and hurry home.
You can have a prostate exam with this scythe, or
I beg thee
yeah.
to stick my foot in your ass. Like, really? You beg me? All right, here we go.
She has like a fuzzy tail.
That's pretty gross. Her tail is fucking gross.
And she has much nicer feet though. And I just
Can you stab her to death?
yeah, but she turns invisible and swings that scythe around.
Oh, that's inconvenient.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, okay, thanks. You know, been here, got the t-shirt. Pretty anticlimactic, but I didn't want to do all that shit again and get toxic a million times. So, yeah. I just come back for her later.
Oh, shit. It's an Assassin's Creed fucking leap of faith.
Yeah. And that's that. That's a painted world.
Holy fuck. That's a belly flop.
And that's Dark Souls. So now you've seen it.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright. Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
I'm going to be putting up the full playthrough pretty soon.
Cool, cool.